Ladies and gentlemen, it is the distinct privilege and honor today of the Knox County Young Republicans Club to have someone here that I really think is going to make a difference for the state of Ohio. I truly believe is something that the state has needed for a long time. It's been a long time coming. He's going to come in and talk with you here in just a second. Probably shake some hands, meet some different people. But John Kasich, the next governor of Ohio. He's hot on the campaign trail. He's been going all over the state. In fact, that little old Knox County guy is awesome. So please welcome John Kasich.
How old are you, sweetheart? 7. Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. I've got a couple of girls that are 9, and they went to court today. Yeah. Well, my wife got called for jury duty, and she said she couldn't do it, and the judge said she wanted to talk to her about her civic responsibility. And so she says, well, look, I'd love to do it, but you know, I've got the kids, and my mother's not well, and all that. He says, well, bring the kids to the courthouse, and you can do jury duty right here, and we'll take care of the kids. And she thought it was great. So she signed up, and the day came for jury duty, and there was no cases, so she was dismissed. But the judge said, we were all excited to see you and the kids, so they spent the whole day at the courthouse today. So they weren't on trial. One of my friends said that when the county starts asking 9-year-olds to show up for jury duty, they're getting desperate for jurors. Although the kids probably would be a lot better at making decisions than we adults are. Right? So, well, I don't want to make a big talk other than to thank everybody for coming this afternoon, and I do want to take some questions from you. I was hoping we were going to have a raucous, yelling, screaming. No, I actually wasn't. There's probably somebody here who wants to do that. But anyway, thanks, Jay. The first thing I want to tell you is that it's getting more and more exciting for me to be coming back into public life. And the reason why it's exciting is because I can see that there are many, many things that can be done to improve the lives of the people of this state. Things that have gone unattended. And it's pretty exciting when you think about the fact that you can make everybody's world a little bit better. And what's so amazing is the reason it hasn't happened is because a lot of politicians, a lot of people for that matter, are kind of risk adverse, you know. I don't want to try anything new because it might get me in trouble. Well, I don't know whether it's good or bad, but I'm not very risk adverse. And I see so many things that can be done for our schools and so many things that can be done to modernize the state of Ohio. And I was in a meeting, it was this afternoon at noon. It's kind of hard for me they all fit together, but the guy said when he travels around the country, and he's in the mortgage business, and this saddened me, he said, we don't get any respect in Ohio. Now, where in God's name did we ever think that somebody would say we don't get any respect because we're in Ohio? And that just burns me up, because we are a great state and we are a great people, but the problem is we let the weeds grow up. So we have a government that's outdated, we have a tax system that punishes people and drives people away, or is a barrier for people to come in. We have a regulatory system where we got these bureaucrats running around, misguided, shutting down people's jobs. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. And we have an education system, along with the entire rest of the country, that's frankly leaking oil and not producing the kind of quality students that we really want to have. And all these things need to be addressed, in addition to the fact that Ohio has traditionally been a manufacturing kind of agriculture state, and we're still going to continue to make things. But it's really important that we can train our workers, that we can retrain our workers, so that our workers can make things that put them, what I like to say, up the value chain, so this stuff can't be copied by somebody in a faraway country that's can charge 25 cents an hour when we want decent wages. And we also have to train ourselves for the jobs that are going to come. Because we're not just going to be stuck here in manufacturing. We'll do manufacturing the best we can, But we also have to be involved in biotechnology and computer and information technology. We got to retrain Ohioans, and we need a whole new system to do that. And we got to measure the output we're getting from government, because what we find is that government is inflexible, it's bureaucratic, it's wasteful, and many times it's unresponsive. And I'm back into this stuff because I think I can change it. I think we have a moment in time where we don't have to listen to lobbyists or special interests. And today at lunch, one of the guys there was a lobbyist, and I said to him, he said, you've known me for a long time. Maybe I didn't listen to you as well before, but I am going to listen to you better this time. But that doesn't mean I'm going to agree with a darn thing you tell me. Because there are, we've got to put the people first. And we're going to have to call them like we see them. No favored sons or daughters, no special deals for anybody, because the state's in deep trouble. And if we can do things on the merits, we can look at things honestly and say, here's what we need to do, which you never get to do in life very often. There's always this compromise, there's always that compromise. But I think we're in a moment in time in the state where we can really get things done by doing it the right and the honest way. And that's exciting to me, because it isn't that often you get a chance to do it. Now, I've been involved in this before. The reason I was is, somebody grab my phone, I don't want it to ring, I'm not Rudy Giuliani. But I was involved in this before, back in the middle 90s when we balanced the budget. And I want to just take you back there just for a second. Because in order to balance the budget, it meant that every single program in the federal government had to be renewed and it had to be changed. Now, I didn't take earmarks when I was a congressman, okay? Now that sounds good, but let me tell you what that meant. It meant when somebody in Central Ohio wanted a special little deal to fix the airport or fix a road, I said, no, I'm not doing it. And it made a lot of people very angry. And there were a lot of people that were happy when I quit. Because my deal was, I'm here to do a job. And if I start making special favors for myself, then I'm going to lose the faith of the team that's been assembled, and everybody ain't going to pitch in. So, but in that period of the 90s, we had a great team of people who thought less about their election and more about being a public servant. We ended up balancing the budget, we cut taxes, we paid down debt. And if you think about the 90s, from about 1995 on until George Bush and the Republicans went crazy, we had a really great economy. We were all wealthier, interest rates were low, inflation was zero, our 401ks were growing. We were all rich. We thought we were, but we were, at least on paper, we were richer than we are today. And I think by doing the right thing and remembering that government is not the answer, but it has its place, that we got to keep taxes low, we have to have trust in people who run things at the local level, trust but verify, but trust them that they can solve problems better than somebody down even in Columbus, which isn't that far away. But if we can trust people and give flexibility, we can make the state great again, and then our kids won't have to leave. Today we have the bookend drain. If you're a successful person, at the end, as you're getting older in life, you decide you're going to leave Ohio because Ohio punishes you. I like to say, if you want to meet a movie star, you go to Hollywood. If you want to meet a successful entrepreneur who created jobs in Ohio, you go to Naples, Florida. And so we got a drain on the end. And we have a drain in the beginning because our kids go get educated and then they leave. So we got to get Ohio again to be a fertile ground where we can have prosperity. And I have to tell you this, and we're all going to have to be part of this, if we can get these things done and fix our state, it will change the whole country. And it will send a signal to the rest of the country about the right way to do things. And I consider myself very fortunate to be in a position to be able to at least try to get this done. I have never turned water into wine, but I'm going to give it my best to try to restore some prosperity and some greatness to our great state. So let me stop. And is there anything I missed? Okay, Brad, anything I missed? All right, well then I'll shut up and take some questions.